Phantom Sounds Production. What up, sound? What up, sound?
Juice boxes, y'all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Red Room Talk. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm your host, Jen. The Red Room Talk is a show about love, intimacy, and interpersonal relationships, including self, to erase different social stigmas. We are here to have candid discussions and cut through stigmas to show that in the end, no matter your background, we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. Nothing is off the table in the Red Room Talk. Last episode, if you missed us, that's okay. You can find us on YouTube by clicking the link in my profile and subscribing. Last episode, we talked about standards versus preference in relationships, but this week we are going to discuss relationships with this week's topic, romantic relationships. Tonight in the Red Room, we have an all-star cast. We have G-Wait-No-Wait. We have Top Badge, Big Press G's, respectfully, of course, Casper, and Exotic. Let's find out how the panel feels about relationships. But I do ask the audience to please stick around till the end because we will need your help later on in the show, so do not go anywhere. Before we get started, all that I ask is you keep your mind open and your language clean. If you were on the show, go ahead and hit that plus sign, and then we will get started, okay? And I'm going to let you guys go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll start. Go ahead and hit that plus sign. I do not see him, and I know I hit. Okay, there it goes. Whew. Oh, no. Go ahead and hit that plus sign if you are on. I don't know why it's not letting him in right now. Go ahead, G-Way, try again. Exotic, go ahead and hit that plus sign too. Alright, go ahead and... Is it just not letting y'all in? Okay. Whew.
I'm here.
He's here. Hello, everybody.
What up, y'all? What
Alright,
up?
y'all
What
go
up?
ahead and hit the plus sign. I don't know if it's just messing up or what.
Yeah, I think it's messing up. I had to try like 5-6 times. Do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh my gosh, it says guest unavailable for some reason. Try again, guys. I'm sorry. Let me be great, y'all. Let me be great.
Let it be great. We just want to talk about relationships. That's all
Let
we want
me
to do.
talk for a minute. Okay, is it just not letting y'all? Okay, if you're not on the show, don't hit the plus, okay? Just respectfully. Okay.
Dragon.
Alright, I'm just gonna see if I can add somebody else, and I just had to redownload.
Okay, just letting Casper in.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay, we got one. We got another one, I think.
Okay.
Girl.
There we go.
Tag does not let nobody be great. We got one more we waiting on.
Nothing. G-Way.
Exotic. What up, Casper?
Nope.
What's going on with you, my
Hello,
guy?
everybody. Welcome. We're just waiting on one more.
Thank you.
Well, while we are waiting for the last person to join, we are respectful here in the Red Room, so we always let ladies go first. So go ahead and tell us about your live and what you have going on, any events you have coming up, and then we'll go on to the gentlemen.
I have I don't say random stream. I try and stream as much as possible. I've been trying to stream more during the week, like Monday through Friday after 7 p.m. I'm out of California, so yeah, it's very calm in my room. I don't stream too much anymore. I slow down a lot, but some people don't know that, some don't.
Casper, go ahead and let us know what you got going on. If you got any events coming up, you have any shows.
Okay. I was gonna try to be quiet like Exotic, but I was like, it ain't really in me to be quiet. But I'm gonna try to keep it smooth because Juice was like, Casper, don't be acting a fool today. So I said, I ain't gonna act no fool. But if you know me, you know I like to have fun. My name is Casper. You know, I'm proud representative of the Scouts. I see y'all in here. We got 2 Cent in here. We got Pink Pressure, and we got Mulatto in here. You know what I'm saying? So my team came by to support me. I really appreciate it. I got a show on Mondays called Geeked Out at 8 Eastern Standard Time, 7 Central Standard Time. We just talk about your favorite fictional character. We have a trivia round. It's real fun. On Sundays, we have karaoke and 2 Cent Live. And then we're getting ready to have Wind Down Wednesday with Mulatto. So a lot of stuff going on with my team. So be looking out. But today, I'm just here to have a good time. So, yeah, that's me.
Top bad, big press G's. Respectfully, of course. Let us know what you got going on. Any event you got coming up, let me know.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I definitely got a bunch of things going on. On Mondays, I'll start from Sundays. Sundays, I do praise and worship from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, kind of just giving back to the community, kind of just be able to get on here and do a lot of the negative things, but why we can't just at least use it live for one positive day of doing, some showing some type of gratitude. So I utilize that Sunday to do that. We come together and we have a good time there. Praise. We do some music, we do testimonies in there as well, and we have somebody actually get in a box and pray over the live stream if they're going through something negative or anything positive. Now Mondays I do keep moving with respectfully Big Press G's. That is a show that kind of shine a light on entrepreneurships, people that's out here that have their own business and want to educate and motivate and encourage other inspiring entrepreneurs that want to get out there, or some of them that's feeling like they're not able to sustain their business and they feel like giving up. So the show is kind of dance around that. I also got a new show that's coming up, which is called respectfully Tag Rising Star. This is season 2. We did season 1. That show is for new streamers only. So it's kind of using our talent, other top badges coming together as coaches, using our talent to kind of educate new streamers on how to become a better streamer or how to go about it, either using a platform as a business aspect or using it just for content, just creating content on it. So if they got the content, they don't know how to go about it, we kind of using our talent to kind of push that, through. And we working on other things that's, in the near future, but that just sums up a little bit what we got going on right now.
Well, if you don't know me, you should get to know me. It's your co-host, G-Well. No way. You can catch me here every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also catch me Monday. We on season 2 of Hood Feud. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me right back here Tuesday for Cut the Beat at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nothing really going on Wednesday. It's a red light special, so I just dim the lights, put a little R&B on. Thursday, you can catch me on Getting Lit with King of Diamonds. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Friday, move from Wednesday, my new show, Battle of the Zodiacs, going down right now every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be looking out for that banner because it's definitely coming soon. Other than that, man, hit the fade button. I got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of content going on. About to come out with 2 more new shows. So hit me with the fade. We got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? We busy working around here.
That's what's up.
Well, everybody, I am the hostess with the mostest. I'm the host, Jen and Juice. You can find me here every Saturday. Every Saturday. If you don't say it like that, it does not count. Every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. But if you don't find me, then you can find me every Tuesday on Cut the Beat. Every Thursday on Getting Lit with King of Diamonds. That's that #1 boba. Y'all make sure you tap in as a Getting Lit Studios production, much like this. I do have the show Tag Rising Star coming up. I'm working alongside of respectfully Big Prez, King of Diamonds, Black Panther, and some behind the scenes folks too. So make sure y'all tap in, okay? But we're gonna go ahead and get started, y'all. Labels are not necessarily symbols of a relationship commitment, though they do give a sense of clarity and officialness and rise to deeper discussions on living lifestyles, fidelity, attached responsibilities, and the likes. This could be the signal that the relationship has elevated to a different level. Various levels and meanings can be induced from terms like hanging out, dating, in a relationship, casual relationship, open relationship, situationship. People's expectations of relations often differ under different titles. Uncertainty is attached to no label. Elaborating that the moment you are the girlfriend or the boyfriend, mindsets change and higher expectations arise. Any differences or discrepancies in the thought processes need to be addressed. In short, there is no right or wrong. If the couple is ready and willing to give a title to their relationship and it is important for them to do so, they will give a label. If they are not ready, it may be important to them at their present level of understanding, willingness, and commitment. Sooner or later, the importance of the label will come to the fore, asserting that every relationship is different. The exclusivity of a relationship may develop organically as the connection develops. However, for some people, the label is a source of protection. So for those women or men who consider the label to be significant, I completely understand. In the eyes of a girl, undefined can be a little perplexing. Does he happen to be my boyfriend? Is he seeing other women? Are we simply friends with benefits? The lines have blurred to the point where the guidelines for each other are unclear. So where is this going is a common response. Women seem to value the label more than the men. The label establishes status and indicates how far a relationship has progressed. However, there is a problem when certain people refuse to place a label on it, and this is where the problem arises. It's difficult to comprehend the rules and limitations of a relationship without terminology. In general, the label improves communication in the sense that words and actions can be relayed to you and your relationship as if you and your partner are on the same page. The label can provide transparency and accountability. So what I want to know is, do you think that labels are important in relationships, and why? Anyone can pick it up. Do you think that labels are important in relationships, and why?
I can pick it up. I think it is important. On my end, it's with when I look at labels, I'm thinking of it as you giving the other person clarity as far as where y'all stand as far as what's going on. So even though you may have it lined up that way, people still end up saying they agree with it, but still doing the total opposite. So now me and Exotica be having that understanding and giving her the clarity that we just friends and but she may still feel like, we moving like we friends, and I agree with you, we friends, but we still moving in the direction of, I feel like we in a relationship. So now we've been doing relationship things, we doing everything that but we're not actually in it. So then now I'm looking at you sideways like, wait, well, hold on, I thought we had this understanding. I gave you the clarity, we friends and stuff, we may be moving like that, but I never told you we in a full relationship, and then we got the problems. So I believe in giving them clarity when it comes to labels. It is important to me because I want them to understand. You know what I mean?
Mr. Respectfully, I agree with what you're saying, but if we doing relationship things and you tell somebody I'm your friend, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. You won't have no friend after today? No. Nope. If you're clear up front and let a person know what it is from the beginning, either they're gonna say yes to it or they're gonna say no. Two choices.
True.
Okay. So first off, I want to say I felt like I needed to be taking notes when you was reading because there was a lot of information going on. So I was like, I thought I was taking a test and stuff. I was like, good Lord, I ain't know you ain't tell me to bring a pen and a piece of paper. I was like, it's a lot. But for me, titles are very important, but they only important for the two people that's involved. So as long as we got to understand it, we got to understand it. But I definitely need to know. Like, don't have me out here and I'm your sneaky link and then you be introducing me as your man, because then it's like I'm off. I got to know what it is. It's less important to the other people, but I got to know what I am to you, and I want you to know what you are to me. And then, and even, it's just got to be an understanding. But titles are very important to me because I need to know what I am. And then don't be trying to backtrack on me. Don't call me your man, but then you introduce me to Exotic. Like, oh, Exotic, this is my friend. Hold on. No. I was your nigga yesterday. So, you got to keep that certain energy no matter what it is. But, yeah. That's why I started.
Yeah, you gotta have that clarity, man. At the end of the day, I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Because without a title, you don't know your guidelines. You don't know your boundaries. You don't know. If you're doing too much, you're doing too little. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, it's got to be a title. You got to let me know from the jump what it is. Because when you messing with me, I'm gonna let you know from the jump what it is or what it could be. But at that moment, what it is what you need to stick to. Because a lot of people, you tell them what it is, and they want it to be something else. So that's why you got to have that title. You got to have that clarity. You got to lay everything out on the table from the jump to let people know. That way there's no confusion and none of that toxic mess going on. Because if you ain't got no title, then it's going to get real toxic eventually.
Facts. I do agree that we got to keep an open line of communication, because what may start as a friendship, could truly evolve into something else. So communication is important because our titles could have been just friends, like respectfully was saying, but like it may evolve into something else. But don't just take for granted that what it is. That's when we need to come back together and have another talk, because maybe I'm feeling a different, I'm feeling some type of way, or maybe we was moving as friends and it was moving too fast for you, or moving. So communication is key, but titles are important, and it's important to communicate where we stand between each other, especially if, like you were saying, respect. If things moving like we more than that, it may still be just friends to me, but it's not for you. So we need to come back and make sure the title's still the same, so we can do our thing. So titles are important, but communication got to be heavy.
I definitely agree. She's an extra friend. See, she did. Exotic not going for that. She like, no, we agree to
40. I
this.
ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for no foreplay. No. I'm 40 years old. Come on now. I ain't got time.
She gonna say,
game.
she
I
said,
got
we
time
need
for
to take a
nobody.
long walk on the
15
beach and
late
stuff.
night. Hey, what you doing?
He said long walks
Prince
on
can
the
do
beach.
that.
So I think of it this way, right? You can drive a car without a title, but at the end of the day, that thing not yours, okay? If we don't have a title, that car's not yours, okay? That means anybody can buy that car and have a title, and that car's gonna be theirs, okay? That's how I look at it.
But I mean,
If we don't
if
have
you
a
see me
title, baby,
driving a car-
I'm for the streets. Okay, not for the streets, maybe, but
Wait a
I
minute.
digress. If we are not together, I am not your woman. We don't have a title. You got to listen. It's
don't
not
know you.
what's the name? There's no blurred lines here, okay? There's no blurred lines here. We either together or I'm single. You know what I'm saying? And if we ain't married, I'm still single, cuz that's not even a whole thing, okay? Let's just be honest. You can drive a car all day. Yep, you can drive it. You can go on a road trip and all of that. But if there is no title in your name, there is no label, that's that title, that's not your car. That's not your car.
Because, you know, some just dropped in my
do that feel like
spirit.
they own you.
What dropped in your
Yeah.
spirit?
No, you won't. I don't know you.
I agree with what you said, Jen, but it's like if I rent a car and I'm driving around in this car and everybody see me in this red car, G-Way can't just come up and take my, because I don't own it. This is my car. You feel me? Like, you need to ask, can you ride in my car? You know what I'm saying? I want to put that out there. Just because it ain't my car, if you see me riding in it, you need to be like, hey, Cass, can I, let me know. Don't just get him.
Well, if he puts in the time and the money, he can rent that car too.
Yeah, well, people get robbed every day.
I digress. I digress. Okay. I digress.
People get robbed.
Listen, this that luxury rental. You feel me? Okay. But if y'all are just pulling out, that's okay. You have so much more to come. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed, do you think labels are important in relationships? They do. Now I want to know about the distance between men and women. The crux of the disconnect between men and women, how we said over the last 20 years, the biggest change in our society has been ramping up the female masculine energy. Ooh, big level up. Which is a good thing in every aspect of the life except for dating. At the same time, men have become more sensitive, more introspective, and vulnerable, which is more valuable in society with the exception of early stages of dating. That's why we hide behind dating apps. That's why we hide behind dating apps and social media. Technology isn't the problem, but rather the reaction to the actual change, which is the blurring of gender roles. I don't think anyone will argue that men and women can be as different as night and day when it comes to the way we think. Not just about love and relationships, but about anything. And that's okay. Having opposing views is healthy and keeps a relationship challenging, exciting, and lively. But let's face it, how many times have you been on a date or with your spouse and thought to yourself, what planet is he or she on? Probably too many to count. The key to staying amicable and happy and sane together is understanding and respecting your spouse's or partner's feelings, no matter how silly or strange they might seem to you, and communicating with each other constructively to manage and resolve disagreements. So I want to know your opinion. What are the top 3 reasons for the disconnect between men and women? What do you think are the top 3 reasons for the disconnect between men and women?
I think communication, anger. That's a good one. Disloyal, being disloyal. That? Go.
Agenda, lies, a whole family. All that in the
The whole
family.
Exotic went through some stuff. She said, y'all don't brought back flashbacks. She said the brother was hiding the whole family.
Got a whole family. We have mistress and a girlfriend.
Y'all want to hear those stories from me.
Yeah, thinking differently.
I feel like, some G-Way, I apologize. I know you told me to be on my best behavior, but I got to be honest today. I got to be honest. And ladies, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but I feel like everybody, I got to say the truth. I feel like one of the biggest issues is sometimes we get with our ladies and they start out at a sexual pace that we love. And then once we get in a relationship, it slow down. They get too comfortable. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? What happened to the chick I met when we was just dating? What happened to her? Because these days, I'm going 3, 4, 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, people don't like to say it, but sex is really important in a relationship. And a lot of people try to seem like it's not, but like sex plays a big factor in the beginning of a relationship. And it's like, if you like, held this, you used this and drew me in, and now I like it, and now we together, and now you taking it away from me, that creates a problem. And if you a good dude, maybe you don't want to just come out and say it, but Exotic, you ain't really doing what you used to do, but Jen is kind of nice over here, so maybe I might do Jen a little bit. I'm not trying to be a bad guy. I'm not saying
Started yet. I just started.
I mean, I do,
but you ain't but I just had to say it. I think that's a big issue.
For real. If I'm having cookies 4 or 5 times a week, and then after that you try to give me cookies once or twice a month, then we gonna have a problem because that cookie monster gotta eat.
And don't give me no rice cakes when you've been giving me chocolate chip cookies. I don't want no rice cakes. I don't want it. I want what you gave me before. Don't do me like that. No, I'm not.
Handle the truth.
To add to that, I think social media is a big disconnect too. Because people be trying to beat things on social media that they really not, and that caused a lot of confusion in relationships.
Yeah, as far as social media go, I feel like social media wouldn't be a big issue if people wouldn't play it double standard. It's like you put all your business out on social media and then you upset people have an opinion. But I couldn't have an opinion if I didn't know what was going on in your life. And so I think there's people issues. They put all their business out there, and then when me and G-Way look at it and we be laughing at you about it, you like, oh, y'all need to mind your business. Well, you shouldn't have gave me none of your business to really get in. So don't be mad at me because now I'm gonna write it in my comedy skit and do it in Jen's show tomorrow. So I feel like social media plays a big factor in relationships, like just blowing up. And like I said, once you put it out there, it's once you put it on the internet, you can't really take it back. You can delete it, but it's out there,
Ladies, stop getting mad and posting everything, okay? Stop getting mad and posting all your feelings. That's all I'm saying.
Post the pictures, but don't post your feelings because when you're looking, that's never mind. Go.
Hey, sometimes even those pictures can be a shot, let me tell you, okay? Because if I'm looking this good, and you're going to be real mad, okay? You're going to be real mad because I might be a little petty and just...
Yeah, y'all gonna be mad. Some of us gonna be like, he needs to mess up more often.
And then y'all gonna think you can get it up in there. You know what I'm saying?
I think another one too is a workaholic. It's like you go into a situation and you be a workaholic in a relationship. You got to understand that sort of communication out there. We're understanding that Casper he work a lot. He enjoy working a lot because he want to make sure that the household is good. But if he's in that relationship with that woman and she's not tapped in and say, well, babe, listen, you working a little, you're doing like I'm missing you. If you don't speak up on those things, don't wait until 7 years down the line and then be like, well, this is what's been going on. I've been feeling like you're working too much. That's where the disconnect come into play. So now she wants to go cheat. Now she feel like she's not getting it at home. Financially, he's taking care of the household. But sexually wise, she's frustrated. So she's going to get it from Timmy that's at the job that she's confiding into and talking about, you don't deserve that. You should be able to be held like this. So now she's like, oh, he just touched me in a way that I need. Next thing you know, they're in a staircase. And now she's going home. She's happy, but she's not really happy because she's missing that disconnect between her and her mate that she's tapped into. So I believe communicating that at the beginning, understanding that what you're jumping into, if she's a workaholic or he's a workaholic, understand that you're going to have those moments where you're not going to see me. So don't agree to it and then get in the situation and saying, well, listen, this ain't going to work out. If it's not going to work out, you'll know within the course of the 3 months you with this person, it's going to work. And just let them know communication-wise is very, very key when it comes to stuff. So I'm going to let you know, look, I thought I can handle it. I can't handle this stuff, so I got to get up out of here. Don't wait 7 years that you don't have a child with this person and all that. It's like for what? You going to wait till 7 years and now to speak up about some stuff? I'm too invested now. You get what I'm saying?
ain't leaving.
I mean, even kind of talk about what I said about posting that picture. A lot of times women do that because they're not getting the words of affirmation that they're looking for
Right.
from their man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm gonna get it somewhere. You're not gonna tell me, but I promise you, all my viewers are gonna tell me, girl, you look good, because I know I do. You know what I'm saying? So if you're
Right.
not giving me that, you're gonna search for it in other ways and not healthy ways. I feel like I don't care if I got sleep in my eyes, my left sock's falling off, my hands over here messed up. You should be telling me every morning I look beautiful. As I will tell you, baby, you look handsome. And we know your beard's messed up. You need to
Lipstick
shave. You
or
got
not,
your bald
wig
spot
or
hanging out
not.
looking like Stephen A. Smith. But I'm still going to tell you handsome. You know what I'm saying? You want to give just as much words of affirmation to the man or as to yourself. So I think a lot of time that be like when it comes to social media, women especially are looking for a validation coming from elsewhere when it should be coming from their man, instead of just letting them know, which I shouldn't have to tell you, that I need those words of affirmation from you, especially if you know that's my love language. Go
I
ahead,
feel like
G-Way.
what
I
I
want to
you
hear
agree
what
with
you
do.
you.
got to
Roll
say.
over
I
and
agree with
friends
you on
gonna
that.
tell me that my wig is halfway off. You better fix
You're
it.
absolutely right.
I'm gonna fix it.
So
I.
what do you
I'm
I'm
gonna
think,
fix
fixing it.
it.
Look,
G-Way? What do
let
you
me
think?
shift it over here. But I agree with you, Jen, on that. But it's not a one way street.
Oh, not at
Sometimes
all.
us men, sometimes us men want
Because
our
you
woman
guys
to tell us
need
like,
that
you look
physical, and
good
if a
today,
woman's
babe.
not give it to the physical, then you feel
You're
like
right.
that they don't love you, or they're not attracted if they don't give it to the physical. Where we need more of the mental aspect, which is where that kind of disconnect comes too. Go ahead, G-Way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already went.
Oh, no, I was gonna piggyback on what you said. I feel like women have to understand that they be looking for the affirmation, they be looking for that, and for definitely coming from a guy's perspective, like that's not something that we gonna ask for, and that's not something that we gonna like, because it's gonna diminish us or make us feel less. Or man, like, oh, why you ain't complimenting me? But like, you need to understand, like us as men, we like to hear it too. And if you not giving it, when Keisha, who I work with at the post office, say, Casper, you look good today. Like, I'm not used to hearing that. Now I'm going, start investing time in her because she giving me something that you not giving me, even if I'm not asking for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's, I feel like, where a big disconnect comes. Is like sometimes men don't ask for what they need, and that's one of them. Like being complimented or saying like, "Yo, you look nice today," or this. It's something that a man won't ask for, but you have to understand. Like if you not giving it to him, and then Keisha start, it's gonna unfortunately start making him want to lean more towards her because she providing something that you not. And so I feel like that's something that you have to speak on, because that ends a lot of I'm not gonna say end relationships, but I think that can cause cheating too. Is like unintentionally, if she like complimenting me and she making me feel a certain way that you don't, I'm gonna naturally yearn for that. And sometimes cheating can be deeper than just sexual. Like if you spending like a whole lot of time with Keisha, what is the lady at home lacking in? So I feel like it goes back to that communication. And like I said, sometimes women, I know it sound messed up, but you have to really look at the situation for what it is. Sometimes a man may not ask for it, but you have to ask yourself, like, the things that you asking for, are you doing it? Are you doing the things that you asking for? Because I mean, that could fix a lot of problems that you don't even realize is happening.
I
Yeah,
think.
then
Go ahead.
when you want to show emotion or words to your significant other, and sometimes they don't know how to receive it. They don't know how to accept it. So if I say, Casper, you're so handsome today, I love you, and then you tell me, I'm tripping, shut up. But I'll be really serious. And then you take it as a joke, so he won't,
Kind of
like,
brush it off because they're
yeah.
man.
So then guess what? I ain't gonna say it again.
Why not? That's just what men
So,
do.
I'll be like,
That's what men do. You give us
then
a
she gonna give me
compliment,
some of the donka
a
donk.
lot of times we're gonna brush it off.
so this question for
We go,
me, it really resonates. So I kind of like wrote something out, but people today, they're dating without intention. First off, they're allowing relationships to drift without any goal in mind, identifying politics as destroying society. The rabidness is just to label everything, and the all new language being fabricated is just making everyone want to hate something. So many people carrying around hate, looking for targets, short fuse. A lot of people are not out here looking to date, they're looking for help. Men accuse women of things. Women accuse men. Everyone wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen. That was the key for me. Everyone wants to be heard, but nobody wants to listen. And that, especially in relationships, a lot of times when you're arguing, you're arguing, you're one's being louder than the other because you just want to be heard, but neither one of you at that point are listening. Neither one of you are listening to each other, because a lot of times, they always say a woman can say more in a sigh than a man can say in a sermon. It's really paying attention to the social cues, the unspoken cues from your partner. If I know, like, man, he usually, he would be this way. And if I know there's something, don't take the time. And it might take a few minutes. Just ask, like, are you good? Is there anything? Have that one weekly discussion. And this is what I say, that it would save a lot of couples. But to have that, like, discussion either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it is that you feel like you need. But to have that discussion, like, what is it that you're in need of right now? Is there anything that, that you're lacking or that you feel that you need? Have that open discussion. So you know that, okay, look, don't tell me later now that I wasn't listening, because I asked you now, what is it that you need from me? Is there anything that you're not receiving that you need in a moment? And I think a lot of times we try to love people in our love language instead of learning our partners. Yeah. That's huge to me.
That is.
A lot of times you want to love people in your love language instead of finding out theirs.
A lot of people don't even know their love language, or don't even know what a love language is.
That's true.
That's true.
But just even if you take that out of the equation, but just learning your partner, because I know for me, when I'm with somebody and I love somebody, I promise you I will know every freckle on your body, okay? I'm going to know that the first thing you do when you get up is go to the bathroom and scratch your butt crack, okay? I just know that's what you do, because this is what you do every day, okay? We know this is what you do, okay? The first thing you do when you wake up, okay? But, you should know your partner, I feel like, that well. For me, like, you should just know, like, okay, every Tuesday, he's going to go out with the boys to go play, or to go bowling or play the game when he comes home. And that those are just moments that I know he got to have for himself. So really just learning your partner, knowing your partner, and figuring, like, it out. Like, it's like going to school when you're with somebody. Like, when you first meet, you in preschool. But as you go along, you just upgrade and you learn more and more and more. You should never stop learning. And I can tell you, my mom has been with my pop for 15 years and they still learn new things about each other. You have to take the time to really learn. You should have something new to learn about your partner all the time without even realizing. You have a lifetime of memories.
These days, when you really think you know a person, that's when you really don't know them.
You don't.
Especially in relationships.
And ask the hard questions. Ask the hard ones from the beginning. So that way later, because that will be that disconnect, because y'all don't, well, listen, I didn't know that you was Jewish and I'm in Israel, whatever it is your religion is, and then now one of y'all don't celebrate Christmas, but he brings out a menorah and whoa, what is, what I'm saying? So you might have that disconnect. So just ask the hard questions from the gate, or find out that your partner doesn't want kids, but you want 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that disconnect because there's no communication.
You might be right. You're right on that though. But then what I realized though, Jen, doing my 40 years on this, being on this earth, is that a lot of people put up a representative. You know what I mean? So they're going to it, showing you what they want you to see, and now when you like get into it or get married or get locked in that relationship, they start doing things that you like, wait, you wasn't doing it. No, they representative is starting to fade now. Now you seeing the real them. So if I wanted to get you, Jen, and I wanted to get you Exotic, and I know what you looking for, I'm gonna put this representative up now so that way I can get you. Now that I got you, I feel like I got you locked in. Now it'll just be me. So when you see me laying on the couch playing a game all day, this the real me. I just finessed you. Right. So now you feel like, well, dang, I didn't even see this. I didn't even see this coming. But you 3 years in a relationship now. Where you going?
See, Drips just made a comment in the comments. Drip said, that's why I stopped answering the question of what I'm looking for. And while I also use that tactic, but what that does though is when you don't let people know what it is you're looking for, then they can tell you later, well, you didn't tell me. So you have to
Yeah.
know how to give a little without giving a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's called give and
gotta be
take.
careful
You got to
with it.
give a little bit, but just keep that, keep that protective layer, but not too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I think often that's a disconnect too. I've been hurt.
Mhm.
You've been hurt. Now we both got these walls up and neither one of us is willing to let it down. One thing I can say about me, I don't come as the representative. I come as myself from the very gate. So you have nothing later where you're like, ooh, I didn't know you was like this. Oh no, baby. I told you from the very gate I wanted a husband. I'm looking for a husband. I'm not looking for no side piece, no poly, because I'm a poly beat your, uh so you know what it is. Big jet. You know what it is that you're looking for. I just said brr. You know what it is that you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna let you know in a way. But I'm also gonna please I always say keep them antennas up. Really pay
Right.
attention to what people do versus what they say, because I've been a victim of that so many times. I listen to beautiful words because we all want beautiful things, right? In the end, it's in my thing. Look, we all have commonalities when it comes to matters of the mind and the heart. And I say that because we all, at the end of the day, want to be loved and want to love and feel good and be respected. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it sucks to say, you might have to get hurt a few times. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You might have to get hurt a few times. So, was that Drips that said that? Drips, honey, sometimes you're just going to have to let down that guard and be like, you know what? This is what it is that I'm looking for. It is what I'm looking for.
I will say, like, one thing I say to, like, all my, because this message to the fellas, and it can be taken as a joke, but it's serious. Fellas, you gotta stop starting at a pace that you can't keep. Like, don't take her to the Brazilian steakhouse when you only got crispy chicken sandwich money. You know what I'm saying? Start at a pace that you can work up to. So, you know what I'm saying? You can give her crispy chicken sandwiches for 8 days, and then you take her to Applebee's, then you moving up in the ranks. So stop starting at a pace that you can't keep.
Yes.
Give yourself,
Keep it steady.
space to move up. Don't start up here, because it ain't nowhere else to go but to the moon after that. So if you only got crispy chicken sandwich money, my guy,
Fly
stick
me
with
to the
chicken sandwich money, you
moon,
know what I'm
okay?
saying?
Yes, do
Shout
not
out to the
introduce
Purple
me to a vibe you cannot maintain. Do not introduce me to a vibe you cannot maintain. Because later on, I've been with it. Like man, in the beginning, you always told me how beautiful I was, and you liked every post, and you did all of this, and then all of a sudden, when it stops, you feel unloved because now you've shown me something that I thought you was, and then found out later you was, like he said, the representative. You know what I'm saying? So now I think that you're a kind man who opens the doors and does all this. So that's actually what I fell in love with. So really, I fell in love with a lie because that's not you.
Exactly.
That's that job
Exactly.
interview face that you pulled up with. You know what I'm saying?
But ladies, now, I got on the guys now. Don't be dangling a certain thing in front of his face, because if you do that, he gonna do whatever it takes to get that, and then once he get it, everything gonna change. So you have to make sure you doing what you, because like I said, don't hold it. Because if you gonna sit here and say the only way I'm gonna get it is if, you know what I'm saying, I build you this Disney Channel life, I'm gonna show up in my best Mickey Mouse outfit. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you being realistic in your attitude.
Oh yeah, and don't listen. That's one thing for me. I don't put expectations on people.
Right.
Ooh, I don't put expectations on people because a lot of times you put expectations that you cannot meet yourself.
You're disappointed.
Do not put expectations on people because they will drop the ball every time. I want you to be, you want to know what I tell people, Drips, and maybe you could use this yourself, but I want you to be, you want to know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for someone I want you to be exactly who you are, and I will decide whether I like you or not. That's really as simple and as simple as that. I want you to be exactly who you are, and I will either like you or I don't. And because I don't have necessarily a type. Now, I have a preference, because we just talked about this last episode, standard versus preferences. I prefer black men. That's a preference. But my standard is that I need a man who is looking for what I'm looking for. I want a husband. I want someone who, if they have kids, they're a great father or wants kids. You know what I'm saying? So there's like two. You got to look at standards versus preferences and what you want in your relationship, and not put expectations that someone has no chance of achieving because you have this fairy tale romance in your mind. And I've fallen victim to that myself. Look, I watched Pretty Woman. That was my first favorite movie, and I wanted him to come to the window, and alas, I wanted you to come buy me a whole thing and have my the whole necklace part and the dress and we get so caught up in these movie Harlequin romance, and we really have so unrealistic of expectations that you really put men at a disadvantage sometimes, as women especially. We give men these unrealistic expectations to be like the movies, when I just want a goofy mug who makes me laugh. You know what I mean? So sometimes take apart what you want and realize what it is that you need. And sometimes you might not even realize, because when you put expectations, you might miss out on what you really truly need versus what you want. But if y'all are just pulling up,
That mic drop
If they
right
don't
there.
know
That's
what
the
they
mic
need or what
That's
they
a
you
mic
have
want,
drop
not
right
missed
there.
they
much.
don't know.
We
So
still
mic
have a
drop
lot
right
more to
there.
discuss, y'all. You can find us here
Yeah.
every Saturday at 10 p.m.
Saturday.
Eastern Time right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed, do you think labels are more important in relationships, the top 3 reasons for disconnect. Now I want to know a little more specifically about your standard. Here's that word again, standard in relationships. When most people think of traditional gender roles, they might picture a leave it to beaver family with a stay-at-home wife who keeps a perfectly clean house, has dinner on the table when her husband gets home from work. Gender roles are more complex than just that, though. They're the actions and attitudes we adopt regarding our genders based on learned and perceived expectations from external sources. Mouthful. According to Alice Eagley, men are generally thought to have agnetic, self-assertive traits, competent, assertive, independent, and achievement-oriented. Women, on the other hand, are thought to be perceived as more communal, warm, selfless, emotionally expressive, and relationship-oriented. These perceptions can lead to inequalities in the workforce and at home in relationships. Men, common male gender norms including labor intensive job, mowing the lawn, fixing the car, playing catch with the children. Women, common female gender norms including being a stay at home mom, meal planning, preparation, cleaning, folding the laundry. Typically speaking, gender identity is developed in early childhood. At an early age, we realize I am a boy, I am a girl. Of course, there are blurred lines. We are told this by our parents, siblings, and caregivers from very early on, but it is in the toddler years when we can identify that our gender is different from that of the other person's. There are several ways that we learn this information, from picking up cues from our parents, friendships, and other caregivers to modeling behavior we see on television. We begin to make our own rules regarding how we should act as boys or girls, and even how we should behave in our relationships. So I want to know, should you structure your relationship with his duties and her duties?
Yeah, we both do.
I mean, when we get into gender roles, I feel like this one of them. It's like I always be the bad guy in the situations, because it's like a lot of when you talk about the gender roles, a lot of people. Oh, I see. I see it. Yeah, I see it. A lot of people
That
be
just
like,
happened.
we want
It's just all interrupt Casper, interrupt
50
Casper.
50, it's 50-50. But if I'm with a lady and I be like, hey, Exotic, me and you together, go cut the grass. I got a whole man, what I look like cutting the grass. So it's really not 50, it's not. So it's like, I agree that gender roles, I usually say they're not as important, because when you really get into it, it's not like it's not it's some things people just expect men to do, some things you just expect women to do, and when you get into it you start to sound sexist, but I mean in reality it's the reality of the situation. So I mean, like, it's definitely a hot topic, but I mean I feel like you just you don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think the roles should be divided. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna do the dishes all the time, or I'm gonna take the trash out, you gonna clean the garage. No. If we both live in this household, guess what? We both doing it. And I wake up, the trash better be outside.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
better
think
not
it's
touch no
both.
trash around me.
Right? It's
You
outside.
better not.
It's
Ain't no woman
outside.
touching no trash. Ain't no one touching no trash around me. I don't play that. I was raised different. I ain't with this new age BS. Excuse my language, but the way I was raised, the man is supposed to take care of the dirty work. Get the oil change, pump the gas, take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? The hard stuff. And the woman's supposed, cook, clean. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I still go by that.
I agree that
Because I
that's
feel
how it
like the
should
man
be, but
should be
I
the
feel like
provider.
in this day and age with women with the Me Too movement, if you be like, now I'm gonna handle the dirty work. I don't need no man to do that for me. I can pump my own gas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you be scared to offer for fear that you're gonna get attacked because now you being like chauvinistic or like a woman can't do what you can do. So it's like these days I'd be scared to hold the door because you hold the door like I can get the door myself down. I'll slam it in your face then. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what to say for fear of being attacked. Like saying that a woman is less than you, so you don't know what to do these days. It's scary out here. You don't know what to do.
I came up on that time too, like with G Wade saying, but being that now I'm doing it, being the new times, I started to think a little bit more differently now when it comes to the roles of things. Now I believe, um, we should be able to understand on both levels. Cause say what G Way saying, how I grew up. Now, if my girl is trained to fix that tire or change the car, you get what I'm saying. But I can't do it. I'm incapable of doing it because I may have just came out of surgery or something. She may be driving me home and I'm messed up. Now we on the highway trying to get home, and now she's not programmed to do it. Why? Because she's already been trained that the man's supposed to get out the car and fix that flat tire. But if you got her well rounded, or with knowing every aspect of things, then when you do get sick, she can step in. Same thing how men be feeling like a woman should just be placed at the house, and a man should just be only way working. He gets sick, or something happened to that man. Now she got to figure out how she's gonna get out here and bring home that income now because she's been relying on him the entire time. But if you got her, the roles gonna switch up and change. So same thing like when you see that video of a man doing his daughter hair. He may be a single father. He can still get in there and do it. It doesn't mean that he's homo because he's able to do his daughter hair. He wants his daughter to look good, so he gonna learn these things, these techniques. Because if he doesn't have a wife in the household and if she's not available, then he has to step up and do it. Vice versa when it comes to the females. So I think we all should know how to step in at some point because you just never know nowadays, especially how the world is moving. You just never know. So I believe that she should be, educated enough to know certain things. If you running a business, teach her the ropes. Because if you not able to do it, who gonna run that business? You gonna trust the brother? You gonna trust the best friend that was helping you? No, you will feel more comfortable with your wife doing that. So that way she's not being taken advantage of.
If it's like late at night and she get a flat tire, she needs to know how to change the tire.
Agree.
Oil.
Agree.
I know how to do all that. I have to.
But now we said like you can't change the tire in them sundown towns. We don't drive through those towns at night. I map out my trip so I'm in a I don't go at night. I sleep in the trunk. I can't risk it. Not in no sundown town. You won't catch me through there.
I'll take one for the team. I'll take one for the team. Okay.
You take one for the team.
I feel like I feel like whatever works for you, but some things like, what worked for me and my ex-husband, I did the dishes, he took out the trash. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those things. It doesn't mean that that's how it has to happen. And for me, right. I'm one of those women, I believe very much so that your man should get served first, the children come second, and we all eat together. I'm one of those when I think about stuff like that. I feel like the man is the head of the house. So now, not every woman, look, because whenever I bring that specific topic up, I hear a lot of women say, his hands ain't broke, his feet ain't broke. But you know what? I have respect for my man. And I want to serve him. It's just for me. But see, this is the thing, Navi, why I believe that the man should be served first. And it doesn't mean that the man eats first. He is served first because he is the head of the household. He is still there after your children are grown and gone. They have a whole life that they're going to have. So the man came before the children. I'm sorry. And that doesn't mean I don't love my children any less. But the man is the head of the household. I'm just gonna say that, and that's just my opinion. But I feel like there is some things for me that those gender roles come into play just for me as a woman, and that doesn't mean that's right for everybody. But for me as a woman, I want to serve my man first because, like I said, when them children grow and move out of the house, who's getting served? My husband. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I'd rather you serve my kids first. Just make sure you put the big piece of chicken up. That way, when they do get grown, they know not to eat my piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? But make sure they eat first. They got to eat first.
And don't let me interrupt, but any of y'all who are hitting the box, y'all please stick around to the end. I'll give you guys all a chance to jump in the box and kind of weigh in, but or if not, just weigh in the comments. I try to read as much as y'all stuff as I can, but if you say it again, if I didn't see it the first time or one of them didn't see it, I'm sorry. I try to include y'all, but there's a lot going on. The kids are going to be yours forever. The man can leave at any point. But your child can leave at any point. They can get emancipated at 12, for 13, 14. One thing I just feel like the man began that relationship. The relationship started between you and that man. I'm not here to argue this part, but that's just my belief system. It's no argument. It's not a debate. It's just a discussion. And that's just for me. I just have a high regard for my man, and I feel like he is the head of the household. He's the one who worked all day. He's the one who does what he does. And as that role for me, just for me, this is not putting this on anybody else, but I feel like my man comes first because, like I said, at the end of the day, them children are going to be grown and leave, and then whether you have a son, he's going to be that man who gets served first. That's just me.
And I like what Lex said. I just want to point that out. If you get married, it should be forever. A lot of people marry with the expectation that they're going to get a divorce.
I never said that.
When you get married, it's supposed to be a forever thing. You shouldn't be expecting for it to end in 5, 6, 8 years. Marriage should be something where you go into it thinking this is it. But a lot of people go into it wondering, I wonder how long it's going to last. And that's why I feel like the divorce rate is so high, because people don't get married to stay married. People get married just out of this is convenient. This is what we should do.
It's just like some relationships these days. You do it to see what benefits them. If it ain't nothing benefiting them, okay, leave, go to the next. But as far as marriage, I don't even understand why this generation now is doing that. It's even people who have babies right now.
But I want you
popping them out. Come on now.
So I'm going to go ahead and move on because I want you guys to understand. Next week, the season finale, we are going to talk about toxic masculinity versus the modern woman. So y'all make sure you tap in because all of these topics we're here talking about, this specifically, I want y'all to hold them and come savor that next week, okay? But if y'all are just pulling up, that's okay. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. It's not okay.
You late.
Okay, don't be late again. Don't do it again, mother. Okay. But you have not missed it all. We still have more to discuss. We just discussed, do you think labels are important? The top 3 reasons for disconnect between men and women, how you should structure your relationship. But now I want to know about values. If you're a woman, the odds are that you've heard the word emotional thrown out to describe your behavior too many times to count. I am a little emotional, okay? Other than common descriptors people have used for you may include irrational, overdramatic, sensitive. Yet a man who responds similarly is often said to be a simp or beta. Each of these labels perpetuates the lasting stereotype that men are level-headed and women are unruly, emotional beings incapable of restraint. But when the lines in gender are blurred, it can cause issues in dating in an aspect. Which leads me to ask, do women often devalue good men because they are romantic, i.e. calling them simps?
Heck yeah. They do it all the time. That's why a lot of men they fear to be romantic because they feel like she's going to feel like if he's romantic, he's soft. He's considered the soft guy, the run over guy. You know what I mean? So it's like, and it's sad, the man could have sat there and thought about something. She's so eager to go out and want to go out to eat for Valentine's Day. But he decided he wants to do something romantic. So he going to have rose petals leading up to the kitchen table. When you walk through that door with breakfast laid out and all that. And she may walk in the door saying, why you got all these roses on for kicking them out the way? And you feeling like, with that, I want to go out to eat.
Yeah. I mean, myself being a Cancer, you know what I'm saying? We got to... it's just stuck with us. A Cancer, it's crybabies, they soft. You feel me? That's another topic for another day, the Cancer thing. But I do feel like a lot of women, you know what I'm saying, they slick. What they do is they be praying and talking to their girl for a Cancer type man, and then they get him and they play him. Oh, he always want to do this. He always want to tell you, So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they be wanting this man that they create in their mind, and they get him, and then he too soft or he do too much, you know what I'm saying? They want the dude that's going, talk crazy or call her, you know what I'm saying? It's the ridiculous thing. You call a woman beautiful, you're like, oh, you a simp. Who you, and you be like, man, you ugly with no blood. You stop playing, and they give her attention more. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Insults get get you further than compliments these days. You know, you can get further by calling a chick ugly than you can she beautiful. It's crazy, but that's the
That
world
is
we
so
live in.
crazy, but
That's
it's
the
true
world we
though.
live in.
It's true. It's true.
I do gotta change the zip codes. I'm in a bad area.
Oh, she's
Yeah,
like,
you
boom.
gotta take.
Talk about another woman, okay? No, I'm just kidding. She'll be. Talk about another woman.
Talk about it.
The truth shall set you free.
The
You know what I'm
truth
saying?
shall set you free.
But
But
yeah,
you true though. It's true though, Jen. Though they really do they do
it's real
devalue a
sad.
lot of men when it
And I
comes
It's
to that.
said
sad.
this
It's sad
because
though.
I had a conversation a few days ago where I had said something that wasn't probably so nice. I wouldn't say nice, but I didn't realize that I was devaluing someone as a man because of a gender role, right? And I don't and it bothered me because it wasn't me saying it, but because of their perception of what I said made it sound like they were simping. And I hate that because I feel like a man I don't feel like when a man expresses himself romantically or emotionally towards a woman that he is a simp. I hate it, and hate is a very strong word, but I hate when people feel like because a man shows love to his woman or shows respect to his woman that he's automatically labeled a simp. And it's sad because that's just what society has done, that when a man shows emotion, he's overly sensitive or he beta or, it's just sad because then it makes a lot of men, modern day men, and makes them not want to show that kind of love because now they're afraid to be labeled as a simp or soft or whatever, when really in actuality, that is being a strong man and loving on your woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's harder to be, but I mean, like you said, like that. You don't want to be labeled a simp, and if you feel like this behavior is gonna label you that, then unfortunately you're gonna do what the status quo is because you don't want to be like alienated or be like, oh man, Casper and G-Way, they some simps, well then fine. If you want me to, do what you used to, that's why I gotta change my zip code. I got to move out the hood. The hood way is not the only way. I'm learning that out now. I gotta go somewhere else. I gotta go to the suburbs.
There's more neighborhoods in the community, man.
Gotta be more neighborhoods. Gotta be more neighborhoods.
Telling you, time to switch it up.
So if y'all are just pulling up, you're late. You have not missed everything, though. We still have a little bit more to discuss, just a little bit. You can find us here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Red Room Talk. We just discussed, do you think labels are more important? What the top 3 reasons are for disconnect between men and women? Should you structure a relationship with his and her duties? And do women devalue good dudes because they are romantic, i.e. calling them simps? But now I want to see your discernment. These days, more and more people are choosing to be single rather than pursue a serious relationship. In fact, we have more single people in the world right now than at any other point in history. A 2017 statistic from the U.S. Census Bureau has revealed that 50.2% of Americans are single. This could be for several reasons, but many women choose to put their well-being, their career, and themselves above finding a partner. They're also happier for it. A study in Australia found that 76% of women reported being satisfied with single life as contrasted to the 67% of men for support in living alone or with a partner. Try relationship advice or therapy. Many women today have freedom, independence, and opportunities that were undreamt of only a decade ago. And with that comes power. But what exactly is a high value man or woman? And what are their different personality traits? So what I want to know is, how do you identify a high value man or woman?
I would say religion belief.
Female. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I would say religion belief and being somebody that's more goal oriented. I would look at that person as being very high value, and especially how linked in with the religion. To me, that's very important to me. We're moving forward with things. And that's how I look at it. You feel me? Go ahead, G-Way.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. I feel like you just stole my answer. Really, like somebody with goals, somebody with ambition, somebody that wants something out of life, somebody that's not content with where they're at. They always want to strive to be better. To me, I value, not only a pretty smile but a beautiful mind as well. Like somebody who wants more for themselves and more for their man. They won't let me be content with what I'm doing. Can tell me I can do more. I can be better than what I feel like I already am. So that's definitely a high value to me, for real, for real. And loyalty, definitely.
Yeah. I would say for me, it's gonna seem like a simple, but for me, for somebody who take a true interest in me, for me, like, I'm in the anime, you know what I'm saying, and not every female is, but if you take an interest, you don't have to like fall into it or learn and everything, but if you take an interest in it because it's something that you know that I find value in, to me, you're a high value woman, you know what I'm saying, because you are taking, you investing in me, and I'm gonna do the same for you, but to invest in me and to take interest in what I'm into, and then you try to do something special for me. Like a lot of time when it go to gift giving, I don't need these high price gifts. It could be something as simple as, what I'm saying, you found out that I was, into, the Office, so you went and bought me a Michael Scott mug. You know what I'm saying? It's something like that because you invested in me. You took time to see what I was into, and then got me something that was a personal interest to me. To me, that shows it's layers to that, because that's me showing that you caring, you loving, you willing to take the time to truly look into what I'm into. To me, that's a special person, because anybody can go out and spend money on a new iPhone or buy a Rolex and everything, but to truly find out what I'm interested in and then give me a gift based upon something that you saw me doing or something that you saw me working on, or like I'm doing the tag thing and you might go give me a new ring light and it's specifically for me to be a better streamer or something like that. To me, that's a better gift than a high gift, because you took interest in what I'm into, and so they let me know that you value me. And so for me, that's a high caliber woman right there. When she started taking interest in you as a person, then that's rare. That's rare.
Right.
That's the action part. You know what I mean? A lot of people say all the time, yeah, I'm goal oriented. Or I believe in you and I want you to succeed. I don't see you going out there. You want me to succeed on streaming. I don't see you going out there. You see my brain light is broken. You see I got to keep tapping it 3 times. You ain't. You want me to do? Why you ain't going out there and getting me a new ring light? Why you not sitting beside me? Why you not making sure I got water right here beside me and making sure I'm good? I'm sitting here talking to people. I'm thirsty. My mouth is drying up. I'm hungry. Have my food ready for me. And so you seeing you want me to win and be great. Me tapping out at a certain time wouldn't be great, because that would affect my streaming career. So you want to be the showing. It's the action system that lines up with you telling me that I'd rather tap in with that part than you saying what it is. You can say that all day and preach that all day in my ear, but are you actually moving in those directions? I see you making it make sense. I'm on the show me system. Show me so that I can say, yeah, she's doing it. Yeah, she's goal oriented. Why? She's checking out those boxes. She wanted this. She's checking that box. So she doing it. Yes, I see it. It's all the goals she wanted to accomplish. And I see she's actually accomplishing these goals. She said she's going to go back to school after she had my son, and she's in school doing what she need to do. That I want to be around. That is the person that I want.
I want to put one more thing. Another thing that make you a high value woman, if I'm having a bad day and you send me a text message of the twins, that's gonna let me know you a keeper. I'm just saying, if I open that text message and I see the twins, you like, maybe I want to put a smile on your face. You might be getting a ring next week. I'm just gonna put it out there.
You made my day. You made
my book. So that's why I needed you on here. I knew it. I needed it.
I'm trying to tell you.
Ooh, big 24.7.
Lighten up my day.
Send me that emoji.
Show me the headlights. Shine some light over here.
Shine some light over here.
Women, y'all don't know what they do for a man, especially when you just open it.
Listen,
what was I mad about?
And I might just need you to eat what my mama made sometimes, just cause. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go back up to. I went back up in the comments because Thoughtin and Boppin, he said, someone who's empowering and knows how to use their strengths to balance my weaknesses. That is huge to me, because I feel like I've always my whole life been looking for the yin to my yang, like someone who knows how to be soft but strong, but knows how to like balance out the things that I lack and I have the things that they lack. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of mesh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that for me is how I know what high value is, when you know what you know where I lack and you are what I lack. You get what I'm saying? And not only that, but someone who I'm going to really pay attention, first of all. That's why you ask the hard questions. Definitely pushes you out of the comfort zone, supports your feelings. But definitely make sure that you really pay attention to your partner. And because some of these people might not be able to prove those things to you. They may not be able to be those things. Yes, never drain your cup to fill his. I definitely agree with that. But how I identify a high value man, honestly, I don't look at a man's pocketbook, and I think a lot of people look at like monetary value, but I'm gonna look at your hands first. Do you work hard? Do you have a kind heart? Do you open the door for the person behind you? Do you put the toilet seat down and I don't fall in it? No, I'm just kidding. But you know, I think sometimes it's the little things, like, you know what I'm saying? Do you like reel me back in if you know that like, especially I'm more boisterous and he might be a quieter person, but you know how to reel me back in when I might be too boisterous or too much. You know what I'm saying? You know how to reel me back in. And I feel like also just the way your morals are set up. Are you morally the kind of man that I'm really looking for? Morals are huge to me, because if you lack morals for yourself, you're going to lack morals for everyone. And if you the way you treat yourself is really how you're going to treat everyone else. If you have no loyalty, if you're cheating on your exes and did all that, do I think that you're going to be the kind of man that I'm looking for? You're not even loyal to yourself. You're not even loyal to yourself. How are you going to be loyal to someone else? So really pay attention. And I'm not going to say that someone's past is always their present, but really just pay attention to how people, what's the word I'm looking for? Repetition, something that they do. Like, this is just a cycle. You know what I'm saying? So really just pay attention to where people have been, and you'll kind of see where they're going to. Do you have a direction for your life? But yes, if y'all are just pulling up, you're definitely late. It's almost over, but don't fret. You can find us here every Saturday. We just discussed, we're at my favorite part of the night. We just discussed, do you think labels are important? What's the top 3 reason for disconnect? Should you structure a relationship with his duties and her duties? Do women devalue good men because they're romantic, calling them simps? Lastly, how do you identify a good value man? But now we are at that time of the night, y'all. When you hear that sounds, that means we are at our hot seat question segment. We are doing things a little different this season. Our hot seat question is now left up to the fate of the audience. I hope y'all are still here because we need your help. I went to Instagram to ask our peers what they wanted to ask for this week's hot seat question. If you want your question to be featured on next week's episode, please make sure that you go to my profile, click the icon, and follow me on Instagram, and look out for that hot seat question post. But now is the time. I need you to enter in the comments who on the panel you want to answer tonight's question before I reveal it. So I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and enter in the comments now who you want to answer tonight's hot seat question.
Casper,
Jeez, Press, Casper, Jeez. Casper.
Who's Vasper?
Okay, I feel like we're Jeez. Okay, Casper.
Neck and neck.
G-Way. Casper. Okay, so
it's
looking pretty neck and neck. So I'm just gonna say, Jen, nobody ever asked me no more. Okay. Y'all, we neck and neck here. So I'm going to go ahead and let both of y'all answer this question. But this week, Mr. Everything wrote in and asked, because I know y'all been wanting to touch on this topic all night, especially Casper. What are 3 things that you wish the opposite sex knew about better bedroom success?
Repeat that again. What
are 3 things that you wish the opposite sex knew about better bedroom success?
I can say one since you asked 3. We just, we'll go back and forth with G. The first thing is, ladies, y'all talk about going to the gym all the time. Y'all check engine light come on way too quick when you get up. I'm just saying, like, you got to do more than 45 seconds of work before they check engine light come on. I mean, what is you doing at the gym? Them squats is not working. The check engine light, you gotta go to the body shop or something. Them check engine lights come on way too quick. I'm tired of it. You tired of it.
I'm gonna go ahead and let someone in the box.
You're gonna do a workout, but slack on the workout. You know what I'm saying? I seen you do 45 squats. I only got 2. Something ain't right.
Now you in the bed and you don't know. Now you tapping out like what is happening here? What? You can't get 2 down. You that's it. Now this ain't making no sense.
Listen, there was an empty box, and then if there's ever an empty box, it is free game for anybody. Okay, but I want to hear what you got to say, Prez.
I would say foreplay. She needed a lot of females claim they know how to foreplay and know nothing about foreplay when it comes to the bedroom, but they want it to be done to them. Make that make sense. I want some good foreplay.
That
You know what I
part.
mean? Get me
Foreplay
to that
begins at
point.
good morning.
Are we still featured?
Amen to that.
No, go ahead, Prez. Go ahead and give it to us raw. I mean, not raw. Please use protection, but
Okay.
you know what I mean.
My number two. My number
It's a
two.
little horny on here.
You know what? That's
Hold on, calm down, Casper. Calm down, Casper. Calm down, Casper.
It's a little horny on
Casper
here.
said,
You
"Are
see
we
Casper that
featured?"
took the glasses off.
I
He
had
took
to
the
know.
glasses off. You saw that, right?
I had to
He
know.
took them glasses off. He said, "We featured." You said, "No, he said, business. I got something to say."
Hold on.
You snapped his glasses off.
Ladies,
School is endless.
what
Inside.
the hell is a hand job? We grown. Put it in your mouth. We don't want no hand jobs no more. What is wrong with you? We grown men.
Leave them damn hands down.
Your hands ain't got nothing on this kung fu grip. You leave the hand job.
What the hands there
Put it in
for?
your mouth. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of put it in your mouth. Okay? What the hell are we doing around here? Lord have mercy.
But
We
you
don't
say
want
this,
your
don't say
fingers
you know how to
in
get head and you don't know how to get head though. They swear they know how to
Right.
get head and be down there.
I hate
All
that.
you feeling is teeth.
I
I'm
hate
feeling
that.
I'm scraped up.
I
I'm
hate.
scraped up. I get number teeth. I need you to practice on what you're doing. They got bananas, they got all types of fruits. They make it make sense. Don't get down there, don't know what you're doing. You're gonna irritate me. You wonder why I'm softening in your mouth.
That part. I don't want a gummy worm. Okay, we don't want
You
gummy
hurt.
worms. We don't like it.
You'll see, for real. I'm such a nasty nigga. I need you to talk to me while you're doing what you're doing.
That part, as you should.
Don't talk to me. I want you to focus on what you're doing. Just do your job. You don't gotta say
Oh
nothing.
no! I'm
See,
gonna
look,
I'm gonna
Casper,
talk
see,
my
I'm the type of-
mess. I'm sorry. I gotta
Hey,
talk
bro.
to you.
Yeah, I need you to talk to me. Like I don't like no silent room.
I mean, not when
Like
she
your
giving you
silent
No,
room.
not then. I don't really want
No,
to
I
put
need you to
you
talk.
know.
I
So
need
yeah, I
you
don't
to
think you can
talk.
talk with it in your mouth,
Hold
sir.
on.
But that's part of foreplay. Talk to me
Hold on,
nice,
hold on.
okay? Tell me that
Talk
it
to me
feels
nice.
good. Let me know
Hold
all
on.
of that. Don't be
Hold
silent.
on.
Beat it on her face.
Hold on, Casper. I hear what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying. But I need her to like at least giggle a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm about to suck your meat. Like, I love it. Like, I need that.
You mentally.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that. I need you to
Be
I need you to
excited
be
about it, he
eccentric
said.
when you're doing this.
And that's one thing for me.
Boring.
If I cannot
saying? I
laugh
need
with
you to-
you during sex, I'm having
Yeah.
sex with the wrong person.
Come on.
You have to
You know what I'm
laugh. It's
saying?
got to
Like,
be a vibe. Like I said, foreplay begins at good morning for me. Foreplay begins at good morning. I'm going to start with you all day. That way, when you get to me at night after work, I already know it's on. Like,
It's a
Donkey Kong.
wrap.
Let's get it on. You
it's
know?
a wrap.
Anyway,
It's a wrap.
I know I said I
At the
wasn't gonna
door.
do it. I know I said I wasn't gonna do it. But my last thing is, ladies, men do not want a woman that suck dick. We don't want a woman that suck dick. We want a
Nah,
dick
mute him.
sucker. Huge dick. Suck dick so good. Sound like a chick eating pasta. I want you at the Olive Garden. I'm talking about slurping. That's how I got to say. That's how I gotta
Right. Don't half-ass.
I
I
was-
was gonna say that though. That was the one thing I was gonna say. I was like, yo, don't half-ass when you go down there. I can't stand a woman that says, oh, I can suck your soul through this, and then you get down there, and this is more work than this. I don't like
Right.
that. Move them hands out the way. It's called.
You can do it with no hands. Look, mom, no hands.
Treat that like a
Don't give me
treat
that
like a
cute head.
seafood
I'll
boy
kick
with
you
the
out.
crawfish.
I will kick you out. No spit come out your mouth while you
I
down
ain't
there.
like G-Way. I ain't gonna kick out. I'm gonna let you keep trying. That's okay. I got time. Keep going. Keep
Nah,
going.
you
Get
get the hell out of here.
Go ahead,
You
Michi.
get out of here.
Go ahead, Michi. And then I'm going to put my one little 2 cents in and we can wrap it up. Please, and y'all wrap it up. Please have sex responsibly, okay?
That's wrong.
Wrap it up.
I see what every other male in here is saying. I see it. I hear it. I understand it. But you know what I want personally? If she's a dick sucker, I mean, I'm talking about she needs to be more than experienced to fuck with me. Like I need her to be like, yo, I love to do this. This is what I like to do, and I haven't done it in a while. And you've made it to a point where your meat needs to be down my throat. That part
You want
right
somebody to
there.
lie to you. I don't want her to lie to me like she ain't did it. When the last time you did?
Now I want honest truth, so beautiful lies.
I'll take the beautiful lie in that situation.
Beautiful
I'll take
lie.
the beautiful lie in that
Beautiful lie.
situation. Lot of
Okay.
In
me.
that situation,
So this
give
is.
me a beautiful lie.
I'm
It
just
ain't gonna
gonna
make her
give.
mouth less dicky because she lied to you.
Hold
But
those
it
thoughts.
made
Hold
me
those
feel
thoughts, y'all.
good.
I'm gonna put one last input in. We're gonna come back to this. Trust me. Let me just finish out this goddamn video before we go to hell. But mine is my the one thing. Y'all quit doing the alphabet. It don't help. Ask me what I want. Listen, just let me tell you. Let me lead you, okay? Because not every woman is created equal, okay? She might need to be below. I need above, okay? I need left, right, up, down. No, we don't need the alphabet. That does not work, okay? The
Now,
alphabet does
let me
not
ask you a
work,
question though,
okay?
Jen.
And quit
Let me
trying to
ask you a
DJ
question though,
that thing
Jen.
because you're numbing me down there now, okay? You're numbing me, okay? Quit DJing
Let
and
me
just.
let me ask you
But wait,
let me
not the
ask you a
DJ.
question, Jen.
No DJ.
Yeah, I can
No,
DJ
bro, they don't
myself,
like
okay?
that.
I can
They
DJ
don't. They
myself
don't
DJ
like that.
yourself.
while you do your
They
thing,
don't. They
okay?
don't like
And
that.
quit moving my
Jen,
hands.
can I
Let
ask
me
you a
do
question?
my thing. If I decide I want to DJ myself, quit moving my hands. It is not overpowering your peen, okay? We still feel you, sir. But quit moving my hands. If I'm doing something, you obviously ain't hitting it right, okay? So let me help you, help me, help you, help me, okay?
No,
That's all I
yo.
gotta
So
say.
wait. So wait. So you saying if you just start playing with it while I'm in it, that means I'm not doing a good job?
No, that means I'm trying to help you get me there, and that you alone
I ain't.
isn't
That
getting
means
there.
I ain't
I ain't
doing it
doing
right.
it.
You
I ain't
gotta
Or
doing a
help
good
maybe
me
Yeah,
get
job.
that's
you
just
over
how
should
you
have
there.
do it.
taken
I ain't
your
doing a good
hand and you
job.
should have been doing that
Uh-uh.
instead.
You got to get involved. I ain't doing it right. Just like ladies, if I got to grab your head, you ain't doing something right. You
I'm
ain't doing your
trying to tell you.
job. You ain't
Agreed.
doing your job. If I got to grab your head, you ain't doing
No,
your job. That means
no.
that
To
we
be
ain't
So
doing
truthfully
it.
hold
honest,
on, we're
to
gonna
be
come
truthfully
back to
honest,
this.
no.
Listen, hold on, hold your thoughts.
All
Please,
right,
Lord,
all
hold
right,
your
all right, all
thoughts.
right.
If you are just pulling up, this has been the Red Room Talk. You guys can find me every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, y'all. We just talked about romantic relationships. We're gonna talk about this because I got some things to say,
You
okay?
better not bite
But
me.
now I want to wrap up the show with this quote. I'm gonna play a little ditty, and then we will get the heck up out of here, okay? Well, not now, but in a minute.
I gotta use
Uh,
Vaseline now. You gotta fuck my shit raw now. Fuck
that's
with you.
right, okay.
Break that
But if
all.
I'm dry, that's a you issue, not a me issue, because I promise I'm not. So this week's quote is: relationships are based on four principles: respect, understanding, acceptance, and appreciation. Mahatma Gandhi. Y'all, this has been the Red Room Talk. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Go ahead and give your outros real quick. I'm gonna play a little ditty, and then we can get finished with this conversation or get started, whatever way you want to say. Okay, so go
You
ahead.
start off
Let us know
first,
what you
Brad.
got
You
going
start off first.
on the app. You too, Michi. Go ahead, because you done jumped in and gave us some perspective on a few things. So go
So,
ahead.
so look.
Go ahead and give your
So you want
outros.
to start first?
Go ahead and give your who anybody. Casper, you look real confused. So I'm gonna let you go first.
Okay. Hey, first of all, thanks for having me on the show, Jen. I had a blast. I was on my best behavior. I was no longer on my best behavior, but I made it as long as I could. I had a blast. Everybody check me out on Mondays. Geeked Out with Casper, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Karaoke and 2 Cent Live. And my girl Lotto stuck out with me the whole time. Her name is Drips Mulatto. Y'all make sure y'all favor. Dope. She rock with me heavy. Thanks for everybody who had me, and I love to be a part again. Appreciate it.
Appreciate. That's
Oh,
how
you
I
didn't
feel.
left Casper. The
Respectfully.
conversation's not
Yeah.
over. I just said just hold a minute so I can finish the video. Go ahead, Prez.
Yeah, respect. So, um, respectfully, Big Praise G's. I got my show that hits up on Monday. Keep moving, respectfully, Big Praise G's. Tap in and check that out. Praise and worship on Sundays. Come in and check that out between the hours of 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, I also got respectfully Tag Rising Star that's coming to a stream near you. So stay tuned to that. You got yours truly, Gin and Juice, that's going to be a part of that movement. Black Panther, Top Badge Black Panther, as well as Top Badge King of Diamonds, that's going to be a part of that movement as well. You don't want to miss it. So you know somebody that need help on trying to, they got to be a brand new streamer. Reach out to us. We'll definitely set them up. If we got space, we'll add them on a part of the show so we can kind of use our talent to grow your talent. And that's what we got going on there. Go ahead, Meech.
Big meat. Okay, go ahead.
First and foremost, man, I'm new to the stream, man. I'm new to this. I'm trying to learn all of this. Shout out to my motherfucking CEO, man. Big present in the motherfucking building. I know I'm cursing. I don't need to be cursing, but we all grown here, and I had a couple shots. So if I don't have like a,
I'm so
I
glad
don't
the
have
feature's
like a
off. Lord
setup yet.
Jesus, I'm
I
so
don't,
glad the
They
feature's
ain't got
off.
any
I
feature.
don't have a setup. I don't have a setup. I don't have no times that I stream and whatnot. I'm random. I'm brand new to this. I'm a big gifter. If you fuck with respectfully, you fuck with everybody here. And that's all I got, man. I'm regular.
Stream respectfully. I gotta go live.
Stream respectfully. How about that? That's my outro.
Y'all better show up to Prez's Sunday show because y'all need Jesus. So I'm just gonna say that before G-Way say his piece.
Listen. We don't miss church. We don't miss church. We do not miss church.
Y'all need Jesus tomorrow. Make sure y'all pull up to be Prez live tomorrow.
We don't miss church. We don't
G-Way.
miss respectfully.
Go ahead and give your outro, G-Way, and I'm gonna play a little ditty in those top. Go ahead.
Feel real nasty. If y'all know me, you can get to know me. It's your co-host, G-Way or No Way. I'm here every Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me Monday, Hood Fuel. We on season 2. That's at 9 p.m. Anybody want to sign up? It's free to play. Winner gets a jet. Tuesday, you can catch me on Cut the Beat right here at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nothing really going on Wednesday right now. Thursday, I'm on Getting Lit at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Friday, we got Battle of the Zodiacs, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So pull up, hop out, come to the live, show out. Y'all know what it's about. Hit the fade button. It's G-Way or No Way.
Everybody, I am the host, Jen and Juice, the hostess with the mostest, y'all. You can find me here every Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me every Tuesday on Cut the Beat, every Thursday on Getting Lit. That third bubble here, make sure y'all tap in with him. I do have, as you heard, Tag Rising Star coming up, the 28th. So make sure y'all tap in with that. We have some great people with some great content coming to y'all. So make sure y'all tap in then. But I'm going to go ahead and play a little ditty. And by the end of the song, those top 3 gifters get a graphic made personally by me. So whoever's in those top 3 spots by the end of this little ditty, y'all get a graphic made by me, okay?
Sounds production.
And all of y'all who gifted during the show, you will be bounced up. I just couldn't do it because I had to record myself tonight. So all y'all who supported will be respected. And we're out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this.
Sounds production. What up, sound?